I'm really excited to welcome our next speaker. Therese Skelly, MA, is the author of the best-selling book, Love-Based Mission: How to Create a Business That Serves Your Soul. Combining psychotherapy, business coaching, and intuitive insights, she helps mission-driven clients do the work their soul calls them to do. Known as the intuitive business mentor, Therese provides service-based business owners with a secret advantage, facilitating rapid shifts that lead to greater impact and income. Her energy-based approach removes obstacles, aligns inner changes with tactical strategies, and empowers clients to thrive financially, spiritually, and mentally. Therese, it is my great pleasure to welcome you today.
I'm delighted. Thank
So
you.
excited to be talking to you.
Yes. I love this topic, and I'm thrilled that you're bringing this out. So I'm delighted to be with you, Jamie, and all your listeners and watchers.
Yep, and welcome to everybody. Therese, why don't we start by you just telling us a little bit about yourself and how you came to do what you're doing?
It's wild. Okay, so you heard that I had a master's degree in counseling. I did that for about 20 years. Then I never thought I would leave because I loved it so much. And actually, I had an intuitive that said, you're going to do something else, right? I'm like, oh, I could never do therapy. But I got the intuition to go to life coaching school. So I did that in 2001. And a few years later, and this is such an important part of the work we all talk about, is I got this hit to apply for a job that said business coaches wanted. Now, what you have to know is I never took a business class. I never worked in business. I didn't know anything. And yet my soul, like literally my hands are on the keyboard. I'm like, what did that? Oh my gosh. And literally the next day, now I'm now a business coach. So it was one of those, Jenny, it was the first time that I remember so clearly following soul guidance in spite of all the screaming thoughts in my head going, are you insane? Like you know nothing. And so that one decision, I literally could say more than getting married, more than having kids, that one decision changed the course of my life.
Wow.
It got me a divorce. Like literally every single thing changed, right? I became a different person. I became aware of like, wait, women making six figures? Wait, what? I could be Wait, what? Like it was the coolest thing. So when I started in 2001, we didn't talk about words like embodiment and mindfulness. We didn't say goddess or intuition or God. So it was pretty hardcore. I was a business strategist and marketing strategist, and so I did that for a while, and then I kind of snuck in like, I know mindset, like I'm real good with emotions and all the things, right? And what would happen, Jenny, is I would like know stuff that I didn't learn in therapy school, right? Like I'm hearing things in my head and I'm guided. I'm like, what in the heck? And so I started using a different kind of like a muscle testing technique. And then I started, where is it? My trusty pendulum, which you always see on calls, right? So I have the pendulum. And so clients shifted. So instead of saying, help me make a marketing strategy or let's figure out my programs, they started coming to me saying, yeah, I already know how to market. I already got that dialed in, but how come my sales aren't working? Or you know what, I know there's something holding me back and I don't know what it is. So it's literally like the clients started valuing my, what I call ninja-like intuition even more. And it took me a really long time to own it because I didn't take any training in this. And so one of my beloved clients was like, oh, Tracy, you came in with these gifts. You brought them with you. And that was like, so now, because we're talking about embodiment, what's magical is I had the experience of not embodying it, where I would get an intuitive hit or something magical would occur. And I'm like, wow, look at that. Who did that? What? And now I'm like, and it's not me, it's all God. These are the gifts that I've been given. But it's been an interesting journey. That's why I love to talk about embodiment, because I know the pain of not, and I know the pain and the loss of fighting your gifts and being afraid of your gifts and judging your gifts, right? And so now when you ask me, I'm like, oh girl, I'm so talking about embodiment because we got to get everybody in their gifts. So that's how I started. That's where I am today.
That's perfect. It's such an amazing story because that moment when you stopped and you listened to your
Yes.
guidance and
Yes.
you know, so many of us, we hear these things and it goes against what we think we should be doing. So we're like, nah, it's just stop, listen. And then you truly embodied it at the end. That's when the magic happens.
Mhm.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
And yeah, do you want to take us through some other wisdom you have around embodiment? I know that you have some specific practical tools that can help people.
Yes, yes, yes. So let's just define the word embodiment means in the body,
Yes. What does it mean
right?
for you?
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. So here's a story of a client. So
Yeah.
I've worked with her off and on for years. She's a service-based practitioner, and she wanted to create, instead of hands-on, she wanted to create a digital course, right? That's hard. You know, if you're used to being hands-on, then you're creating virtual, it's harder. So she for years has a beautiful idea and she could never do it, never do it, never do it. So I'm just going to call her Amy. So we create this whole, we literally map out all the modules, everything was perfect. Like literally it was a great plan. And there's a market for it. And she could pull it off and she's like, I don't know. That wasn't that the strategy was right. I said, okay, let's do this. Where is it living in relationship to your body? This idea, this energy of this course. And she goes, oh, it's up there somewhere. Well, if something that you desire to create, to be, do, have, if it's out there somewhere, you can never get it. It will not land. You're going to be running by the mental energy of like, I got to make that happen. So with her, I said, okay, open yourself, did a little visualization. I want you to literally drop it into your body. And she's like, oh, okay, there we go. So that's just an energy trick I use. So the process of embodiment. So I've got 3 pillars. The first is alignment.
Yeah.
Because, okay, raise your hand if you've ever taken advice or been given a guidance or like, oh, okay, yes, that'll sell. I should do that. But it's just like, when you get quiet, you're like, I don't really want to do that. That would feel icky. That's not me. But somebody else said to do it and it worked for them, right? So the first thing I do is this in alignment with your ideas, your goals, your values, your lifestyle? Like if you're a 30-year-old woman and somebody says, hustle, grind, you're like, hell yeah. If you're 65, you're like, oh, I'm so not hustling, right? Like, so number one is the thing you're trying to achieve in alignment, because you can never, I'll say, you can't override a nervous system that's depleted, right? So maybe if you're in a season of lower energy, you cannot align with something that's going to create a lot of hustle, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're a flaming introvert and somebody says, well, you need to make 20 cold calls a day, that's what works. Please don't ever do anything against your energy. Okay. So number one, needs to be in alignment. Number two, you have to have what I call the identity. Because it's one thing to go, I want to do this. So that it's great to have the goal and the vision, but the becoming piece. So I did a workshop recently on receiving. And we went through the thoughts and the beliefs that created the lack of receiving and the new beliefs that would create the receiving. And Jenny, the part that they love the most is when I said, complete this sentence. I'm a woman who. I'm a woman who easily receives. I'm a woman who can take all the good. See, I'm a woman who makes it identity.
It makes it personal. It makes it real.
Right.
It's tangible.
Yeah. So let's say you want to create, a new business or a new relationship, whatever it is. The first is in alignment. The second one is what identity would need to be in place. Like, so for me, I kind of had to get to, I trust my God-given gifts. I'm a woman who easily embraces all the magic that I have and bring. I thank God in advance for the miracles that happen when I step. So I am a woman who, like, just do that. That will forge the identity. And then the final piece, okay, so we have it aligned, we have the you on board, and we go, and is it in my body? Like, so I can be a woman. Let's say I want to double my income. I'm like, yes, I'm a woman who, but God started that multiple 6 figures. It's like down the block, right? So I'm going to do an exercise later where I'll help you merge all that. But literally, that's what you can do, is ask yourself, where is it living? Is it in my body? Is it near me?
So
Because it feels way,
so even if you feel that identity, it can still sometimes feel like it's out there. So it's
yes, yes,
bringing that identity
yes,
physically into your body and owning
right.
it and being it.
Right. So you can say, I'm a woman who receives, but if Jenny's handing me, a beautiful massage gift card, and I'm like, oh, if my body's going, oh, I can't, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, we got to work on this, right? Because the body holds the subconscious blocks. The body is like, it's one thing if we can think something, but it's how our body reacts. Is your body like going, oh yes.
Bring it. I'm
Bring, yes, all the massage gift cards to me, please. Yeah. So it's that's it. And really check. Like you can, that's an easy thing to do. How close or how far is this to me? How much is it living in my body? Like literally, anyway, those are the three pillars: alignment, identity, and embodiment. They all mesh to make sure your embodiment is intact.
And that's nice and simple and practical. And yeah, easy to do. Thank you for that.
Sure.
You mentioned that you would take us through a little exercise so that people can physically
Water.
feel it.
That's right. This is going to be so good. So
Looking forward to this.
there we go. Nice. Okay. So here's let me back up. Here's some just background on this exercise. The idea is what you desire is already available to you. It's like how I say, thank you, sweet baby Jesus, that I did not get the desire to be an accountant, because I would just, it would be great. I would wreck things. So if you have a desire, it's literally God's will. Desire is of the Father, right? It's literally, if you have a desire, what would change if you knew, number one, it was true, it was available, and it was already here? Because we get into this, I want this, but it'll be so hard. Oh, it's so far.
Yeah.
And let's say you're starting your business and you're making $50,000 and you want to create $20,000 a year. Okay, let's just say that. It just feels like, and what we do is we get into our heads like, well, how? And I don't, and so then we just squash it. So what if you played in the energy? That's what we're going to do. We're going to take you to the you that is already experiencing that. Okay. And so we're going to, it's good.
Yeah, I think people get caught in the how too much and too soon. They're focused on the how instead of
Right.
that energy.
Exactly. And the how is actually the subconscious way to try to keep you safe, small, stuck.
Okay.
How, because the subconscious is never going to say, right on, you go crazy woman. You just jump in the scary thing. That the subconscious is going to be like, are you freaking kidding me? You're going to die. And they'll think you're stupid and you're going to blah, 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 right? So there's a place for the mental, there's a place for strategy and planning. But until you have the merger with the embodiment, the merger with the future you, when you are unequivocally like, oh, I'll be having that it's already done. It's already mine.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's what it feels like. And then the how drops in. It's never going to drop in when it's really far away from you. Does that make sense? So if you think of energy, okay, so I'm taking one sip of water. So I want y'all, as you're listening, to get in it really. If you're driving, please don't close your eyes. So just pause this and catch it when you get home. It'll just be a few minutes. All right. So take a few deep breaths. And I want you to breathe in and imagine you're breathing in energy and possibility. The parts of you, the quiet part that has the secret desires, just breathe. It's like breathe the big yes in. And then breathe out the fear and the doubt and the confusion. Breathe in the desire and the possibility. Breathing out any past experiences. Oh, that's a big one. Let's do that again. Breathing out any part of you that's like, well, that didn't work. You could never do that. Any of the negative voice, the chatter, even things that were true, like, oh, didn't make it work before. Okay, let's take one deep breath. We're going to make a sound on that one. So we're just going to exhale out anything in your system right now that is resistant, that is kind of pushing against, or like don't listen to this crazy redhead. She's a lunatic. Don't listen to her. She's wrong. Anything that is resisting right now, we're just going to go, beautiful, beautiful. So we're sitting in the space of openness and expansion, trusting and knowing that the things that we desire are desiring us. You have it in you for a reason because your soul called this in this lifetime. So listen to those words and allow yourself to be even bigger. Yes, your soul called the next version of you in this lifetime. So I want you to imagine you're in a theater of your choice. It's really, it could be plush, it could be simple. So you're in a theater, and in a moment, you're going to see a screen. And on the screen is the fully cooked version of you. And you can pick the time. Maybe it's 1 year out, or 3, or 5, or 10, whatever the time is. It doesn't matter. Your soul knows. So in the count of 3, you're going to play the movie of the you that is living the life that you would love, the you that is successful and healthy and wealthy and has all the things you've ever desired. And the count of 1, 2, 3, go. Taking a breath, and we're going to just notice this person that's on the screen. So first, notice their business, career, finances. So just notice what that part of the life is about. Is there more abundance? More ability to impact and influence and do good? More ease and joy because financial freedom? But just take a little snapshot of this and just observe what's different, and mostly how this version of you feels doing your work in the world. How you show up. Notice the confidence. Notice the people around you and the feedback they're giving you, and you're just like, this is so cool. This is what I've always wanted. Just really take in all the details. So taking another deep breath. And now we're going to notice, we're going to shift to the element of health and energy and vitality and joy and play. So notice this version of you. What does it feel like to be in their body? Are they a little more fit? Are they having more fun? Just take a few moments and feel the feelings again, the physical. How does this body feel? This healthy, energized version of you. What are you able to do now? And notice the rest of your life, like time with family or friends, or perhaps travel or vacation or just fun. Is there more joy in this part of your life? Beautiful. And I want you to notice perhaps where you're living, what your life, what does the rest of your life look like now? This you that is fully cooked and has achieved what you really, really, really desire. What's the space like? How does it feel to be you in this space? I want you to take a moment and just ask to be shown anything else that is significant about the you that is fully embodied in this next level iteration, the you that is doing your great work, that has achieved what you desire, is helping the people, is contributing. Just see any details and as much what you can feel and smell and hear. Notice the people, notice the money flowing. there was anything else that you want. So now take a deep breath. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to have you freeze. You're going to freeze the frame. And so you're watching it. But now on the count of 3, what I'm going to have you do is imagine you have superhero arms. So you're literally going to take your arms, you're going to go all the way up to the screen, and they're going to grab literally the energy of that you, the future you. So imagine it's a hologram, and you're going to grab it, and you're going to take it, and you're going to take it over your head, and you're going to pull it down into the you that's right now. So you're literally merging the future with the you right now. There we go, just pulling it in. So there's no separation. It exists in you now. Ooh, so just roll around with that. I say yes to receive all this. I'm grateful. I'm so thankful that this exists in me now. And I trust and know and believe that I will be guided. All my actions from now on are guided by the future version of me that is already sent. May the way be easy. So just feel that one more time. You can put your hands on your heart if you want to just like kind of seal it in and just like, yes, I'll be happy. Oh, feels so good. And taking another deep breath. And then return.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
It's kind of cool. It doesn't live out there. It lives right here. And we forget that, right? So now the decisions are, oh, wait, let me tap into the me that already has it. So
that was such a beautiful exercise. I feel so grounded and calm. Thank you.
yay, perfect.
Definitely. And I also believe that you have a free gift for our audience.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what that is? And I'll put the link. The link will be below here.
Perfect. Well, as you can tell, I love to do the meditations. I love creating meditations. And so I have one called Connecting with the Soul of Your Business. Because again, we can't just live from the head. And so it's about a 20-minute guided visualization, and it just takes you through what does the soul of your business want. And it's a really, people love this meditation because it activates different parts of you, right? Like that you're not thinking about on a strategic 3D level. And then there's a little journal, so you can listen to it and journal it. So it's connecting with the soul of your business. It's a whole new way of like, I didn't think to use my soul for marketing strategy, right? But I use that a lot.
And having done it, I can highly recommend it. It's really beautiful. So thank you for that. That's awesome. And have you got any final little word of wisdom for our audience? Something you want to leave them with?
Yeah, you can tell I'm all about mission and all that kind of stuff. And you're fully equipped. Because sometimes we're like, God, I don't know, who am I? And one thing I always tell my clients is somebody's praying for you. Like, it's okay. You might think, well, what do I have? I've not done this long enough, or I just started, or what do I know? Or, everybody already knows this. But I believe that we have soul contracts, we have agreements, and there's literally somebody that's just like, oh God, please send somebody. And then a little post on Facebook pops up with you, or a little video on Instagram. And if you knew that, I know for me, that gets me out of bed. Like that helps me rise above my, can I really, right? If I just go, wow, there's somebody, I'm enough for somebody. What I have, what I've gone through, all that I know, I'm the perfect answer to prayer for somebody. And so sometimes if you just remember that, it's like, okay, I'll keep going. I'll do those posts. I'll be more visible. I will, they gotta find me, right? so just know whatever you're in, you're here for a good reason.
Thank you. I firmly agree with you that we have soul contracts with those we are meant to help and co-collaborate and co-create with. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Sure.
And enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.